We have so many big updates from the book world to cover today, and I'm so excited to tell you all about it. Victoria Aveyard is writing her first adult romantasy novel with a pirate theme. We have news of Mistborn Era 3. We're also checking in the status on ACOTAR 6 and what's really going on there. We also have some exciting announcements and also some huge publishing drama, including AI translators. So let's get into it. First of all, we have some really exciting book announcements. Leigh Bardugo is releasing another book in the Grisha verse. It's called A Darker Shore, Letters from Ketterdam, and it's about our favorite sea captain, the Wraith, but also a very well-known mafia boss called Cass Brecker, and they have to work together on a crime. This book will be released in the summer this year, and I'm personally really looking forward to it. Victoria Aveyard, who is the author of Red Queen, has announced that she's writing her first adult romantasy novel, which is a pirate-themed book called Tempest. It was supposed to be a standalone, but it turned out to be more than 3,000 pages long, so she's splitting it into a duology. The first book will be released the 8th of September this year, and the second book is planned for the summer of 27, so that's really exciting. And if you have missed it, Brandon Sanderson has announced the third era in the Mistborn series. He said that he always planned for 3 trilogies in 3 different eras, and now it's time for the last one. This book is a little more modern, and it will take place about 50 years after the second era on Scadrial. And we will also have some spiked-filled characters returning, so that will be so fun. It's now been over 6 months since Sarah J. Maas teased on her Instagram that she was finished with the first draft of ACOTAR 6. Fans are really wondering, and if you look at the Bloomsbury Publishing Catalog 26, you can see a release from her during this year. But this could potentially be added later, so let's just keep our fingers crossed. Abigail Owen, who is releasing her third book this November, has teased on her Instagram that she's also writing another secret project. We don't know anything more about that yet, but we will see what she is cooking. James Islington has announced on his Instagram that the third book in the Hierarchy series will be called Justice of One. He said though that he's about to hand it into his publisher this year, so we probably won't have a release during 2026. But he's working on another secret sci-fi project that will come out later this year. And I've heard some backlash of the name, that some people didn't like that it's called Justice of One when the other ones are called The Will of the Many or The Strength of the Few. Comment down below what you think about the name. I personally think it sounded quite cool. Stephanie Garber also teased that she's working on a new secret project with a post on her Instagram that you could see a notebook with a book title. And the title is The Ballad of the Noble Prince. So we'll probably hear more about that in the future. If you're curious about the book Stareside by Alex Astor, you can now read the first pages on her website. The first 50 pages are free, and if you join her membership, you can also access the first 150 pages. This book is planned to be released in March this year, so if you can't wait, you can go ahead and read it there now. And speaking of sneak peeks, you can also listen to the first chapters of Brandon Sanderson's Fires in December on his YouTube channel. He has a video where he's reading them, so if you're interested, you could check it out, and you don't have to wait until the book releases. Jennifer L. Armentrout is also releasing something for her fans. It's a free ebook with bonus scenes from the Primal of Blood and Bone in the Blood and Ash series. And from her website, you can download it as an ebook and read it on any kind of tablet. Since the last news update, we also have some fun books released and also some cover announcements. We Will Die is a romantasy book about a woman who needs to defend her family by killing the vampire emperor, and she has to do that by training and becoming one of his bodyguards. But there are some obstacles, and she needs to work together with both the man who broke her heart, but also the vicious vampire emperor's son. Roots of Darkness is a novella in the Ashen series, and it's following the events of Kingdom of Claw. When it comes to cover releases, we have a few really fun ones. The first one is a really fun one by Ruby Rune, who is a book influencer who is now publishing her first novel. It's called A Game of Cat and Witch, and this is how the cover is looking. And then we have the third book in Abigail Owen's series, which is called The Wrath Gods Reap, and the cover looks like this. Mistborn: A Secret History from Brandon Sanderson will also get a new cover to match the other ones. It will be released in May this year, and as of recording of this video today, we don't have a cover yet, but Rachel Gillig posted a behind-the-scenes video from a photo shoot for the cover of The Knave of the Moon. So if you're watching this from the 14th of January, you will probably be able to check out the cover, but the photo session looks really fun and interesting. And if we're talking about indie authors going traditional publishing, we have a few updates. First of all, we have the popular The Compelling Fates saga by Sophia Saint Germain, with the first book, A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly, which is getting traditionally published. It will be published by Kensington Books for the North American markets and Headline Eternal for UK and Commonwealth market. The books are planned to be released during the first half of this year with new covers. So if you're interested in the indie published ones, you need to go and buy them now because they are selling out fast and will only be in stock for a while. Kayla Edwards' series with the first book, City of Gods and Monsters, are also getting traditionally published this year. And there won't be any changes to the covers, but the size of the books are supposed to be a little different. So if you are in the middle of the series or if you want the indie published ones, you should also go and get them now while you can. The Romantasy book Kissed by the Gods by Katie Rogan is also traditionally published, and she is working on the second one right now. She is selling out the last paperbacks copies on her website and also on Amazon. So check it out if you want to buy one before it's republished. The author K.L. Spear also announced on her Instagram that her books Bones and Fangs are also traditionally published soon, so that's so exciting for her. I understand that they are very popular as well, so it will be fun to see how they are going to turn out. And then we also have the third book in the War of Lost Hearts series by Carissa Broadbent. I'm currently reading it right now and I must say I love it. The book is called Mother of Death and Dawn and will be released with the new cover in March this year. You can access the old versions as I've understood it, at least on a tablet, but if you want the new one, you will have to wait until the 14th of March and you will get the new cover and also the new inside formatting. And if we're talking movie adaptations, we also have a few really interesting news. First of all, Christoper Nolas The Odyssey's official trailer is out and it looks really atmospheric and interesting. The movie version of Freya McFadden's The Housemaid is airing right now in movie theaters all over the globe, and I've heard some really interesting reviews about it and I'm also looking forward to going to see it. If you watched it, please comment down below what you thought about it. The author Elise Kova posted really emotional reel on her Instagram where she told us that her book, The Dragon Curse, is getting a movie adaptation by Amazon MGM Studios. We don't know anything more about that yet, but it would also be fun to follow. And Taylor Swift helped an author to triple her sales. When the Eras Tour documentary aired, Taylor Swift was seen relaxing and listening to an audiobook. And this book was already really popular, but it's supposed to have tripled sales for Liz Moore. If you want to listen to an interesting and also vulnerable episode of a podcast with Rebecca Yarros opening up about her mental health writing Onyx Storm, you can listen to the Book Hook podcast. They interviewed her and it was a really interesting episode, so check it out if you're interested. And then we also have some huge drama in the publishing world with AI translators, because Harlequin France has dropped all their French translators and have replaced them with AI. They have written that no Harlequin collection has been translated solely using machine translation generated by artificial intelligence, but they still say that they are testing if they can increase profits by cutting down on working costs. This have of course received massive criticism in the publishing and reading world, and people are really upset about it. If you like this video and want more of these updates every month, subscribe to my channel. And if you are interested in some major shifts going on in fantasy and romantasy reading and publishing right now, you should check out this video now.